Hello, everyone. A news broke recently, and I think the whole social media has been agog with this news. I think the story started with last week, 2 days prior, a young girl with her face covered on this podcast. She talked about sleeping with dogs and buying two dogs so that they can satisfy her sexual urge, that she's unable to control herself once this urge starts. And she went on to tell a part of the story which people do not pay attention to, which I think is the genesis of her problem. Which is the genesis of her problem. She was sexually abused from the age of 5. This girl experienced abuse from the age of 5. Yes, an uncle or something started abusing her sexually, and the auntie found out about it, or the sister to this man that is abusing her found out and also joined in to abuse her. She started sleeping with both the man and the woman. You see that this girl is coming from a place of trauma. She has gone through it from the age of 5, and this continued for years. Now, we do not consider the effects of sexual abuse on people. We do not put into consideration the effects of childhood sexual abuse. It is very, very important that we begin to pay attention to it. Now, after that podcast, even before the podcast was released, I do not know the part, whether it was before or after. Maybe the podcaster is trying to protect herself from the backlash that would come. This girl committed suicide because she could not bear for her story to be out there. Upon her face was covered, we were not able to see her face, but she killed herself before the story was out there in the public. We do not consider the emotional effect abuse has. And sometimes it's not just anybody, people sharing their stories. Sometimes even you as a commenter on a social media blog, you do not know if that girl saw the vile things you wrote about her, and she's gone on to kill herself. We need to be what? Empathic. People who suffer from childhood sexual abuse go through a lot of trauma. It has different side effects. It affects their sexual life. Yes. Some of them become averse to sex. They no longer want sex. Some of them become addicted to it in different forms. It affects their sexuality. It affects their mental health. A lot of them have PTSD. A lot of them suffer from anxiety and depression. A lot of them some have even painful experience during sex. These are all side effects of childhood sexual abuse. We need to show more compassion and be more empathic. And as a parent, do not wait for your child to experience abuse before you can act on it. I will always say that a preserved childhood is better than a repaired adulthood. So it's important that as a parent, you protect your children from abuse. And when your child has experienced abuse, don't just sweep it under the carpet and assume they are forgotten. No, you take them to proper professional counseling. You help them go through that process, help them understand that go deal with the guilt, because sometimes they have guilt. Help them deal with that experience and remove the abuser from their lives. Find justice for them if you can, because all these things will also impact on their well-being, their emotional well-being. And it is important as adults. You have a lot of twisted adults who also abuse children, because sometimes hurt people. We have so many abusers who were abused themselves.